So I'd say this is as good a time as any to start filming. I'm gonna do something to her. Something nasty. Something nice. So as the title said, we're gonna respray Christina. Not today, tomorrow. But this is the video. That's a nice bike. So yeah, we're gonna respray her. You'll see the final result in the end. But I just came up here. Oh, I also have a couple of new stickers. Just those two. I put them on the windscreen because any other sticker that's on the bike right now needs to come off. Which is kind of a shame in a way, but the end result will be so dramatically different and so cool, I hope, that it will greatly outweigh the added coolness of the stickers right now. So this is the last look I'm gonna have at her in this particular color with these stickers on her. And with stickers I also mean the original decals and the CBR logo down there, not the Honda and the white thing here, because those are actually under the clear lacquer. But anything else has got to come off. Anything that does come off will come off. For instance, this peeling back sticker is gonna come off now. It's been on there since I bought her, so pretty excited to finally fix that and do it right. Now without any decals on, she looks kind of naked, like she's missing something. Yeah, kind of missing something. The transition from the wet red, sorry, to the blue is kind of weird. I do wonder how well this edge is gonna be visible when the other paint comes over it, but yeah, it wouldn't bother me too much if it does come through a little bit. The overall look of the bike will surely take that away. So first coat is done. It's not very covering, but it's just a light dusting. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It sprays completely different compared to the cans, so it is a little bit of adjusting, but it'll come out nice, I guess. A couple of more layers, I think about 8, because the white doesn't really cover well as an only color. The better thing would have been to first put a coat or two of gunmetal gray, but yeah, I didn't order that, so I just went with the white. But yeah, we'll get it covered, just needs a little more layers, and it'll work. So a couple of layers in, I had to rearrange everything a little bit because the spray gun was blowing away the plastic I had put on the floor, and it was getting stuck in the paint and all that, so pretty annoying. And I've got a few runs here and there on the wheel wells, the tank especially, so that's not too good. On the side of this fairing here, a couple more everywhere, every here and there, but also found out I have a crack in this panel. Didn't know that because it was blue on a white panel. It's much more distinctive. Anyway, I'm making my way, having layer by layer till I get full coverage. And after that, I'll come back to you guys, and we're gonna start doing the wheels in the color I want them. So basically right now I think we're about 6 coats in. I lost count, somewhere around 5, so probably 6. Some parts are coming along very nicely. Other parts are just a nightmare. First of all, I think the spray gun for a motorcycle is worse than having spray cans, especially for Plastidip, because there's just so much edges and corners on the thing that the overspray is just going everywhere, and you get runs even on something as simple as a tank. Get runs all over the place. Some parts are better than others, but the coverage is also, 6 coats, and I can still make out the Honda logo underneath there. 6 coats. Wheels also, you can definitely see the wheel stripes underneath there. And this is a white wheel stripe, by the way, on the black rim, and you can still make it out under 6 coats. These were black. This was red. It's not too bad, the front fender, but you can still see the red through the 6 coats. Now I have to say the side fairings, they are looking pretty good. Had a couple of runs, but they went away for some reason. So just by there were slight runs, so those are not too bad. But they're also pretty flat, so that makes spraying them pretty easy compared to stuff like the front cowling, which was also red. And on the side fairings, because they were blue, apparently that covers up much faster. The red really comes through the white Plastidip. So from now on, especially for white, if I ever have to do a motorcycle again, I'm gonna get spray cans to start off with, and I'm gonna put down a couple of coats, maybe 3 coats of gunmetal gray on everything that needs to be white, just to have a better base coat than original paint and not Plastidip. But yeah, I haven't shown you the biggest mess up. The chain guide is not too bad, also big flat spaces, but if I check here, that's a damn right nightmare down there. And this is the rear cowling, so the seat goes on there, and the rear wheel is down there. So that's a pretty visible part of the motorcycle, and I'll either need to fix that or completely redo that. And to be honest, right now I don't know what I'd prefer better, because I'm halfway through a 5-liter can of Plastidip. So I've got 1 gallon of orange that I was gonna do on the rims, but I'm starting to think maybe it's just better if I spray that not only on the rims but just the entire fucking bike, just to get some color coverage, because that white is not cutting it as good as I thought it would, which is sad, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like a full orange bike isn't cool, but it wasn't what I had in mind. Then again, this paint might stay on there for 2 months, maybe 1 month, before I get a new idea, rip it all off and redo the bike in another color with another setup. So it all depends on how long I feel good about the result, which is probably not going to be that long. So yeah, I might have just, instead of a white with orange wheels bike, I might end up with a completely orange bike. I don't know yet. So a little down the ways again. Apparently what I found out was that the spray gun was one of the culprits of the fact that I couldn't really cover the tank in some odd way, and then I fucked up the rear cowling as well. The fact was that after 2 or 3 layers, I just googled it real quick, it starts to build up Plastidip residue on the inside, and it just doesn't spray as much product as it should. It starts clogging up. So I cleaned it out and just half a pot of pure thinner and just spray it out, and after a few seconds you saw this whole mess coming out, and then it was just pure thinner. So after that I started diluting my paint a little less, because apparently I was doing my measurements and I found out I was just diluting a little bit too much, and with some thinner I did wet my fingers a bit with thinner and then rubbed open the mess I had, and it's starting to look better now. The other side, as you can see, you can still see that white line, so as long as I can see that, I'm gonna keep putting on layers, and that's exactly why I should have gone with the gunmetal gray base coat. Wheels are coming out nicely as well. Front fender is almost, you can just barely see a little bit of red through it. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I'm gonna put maybe 2 more coats on that. The side fairings are per se done. I'm glad with how those turned out, and I'm not gonna put any more coats on them. And the front cowling has the same like pinkish shine to it, so it's gonna get maybe 2 more layers, maybe 1. We'll see how much coverage I can get in 1 layer. The tank is absolutely the thing that I need to focus on the most now. The weird thing is the part that is in the light dripped like hell, and the part that's not in light is actually, it's pretty much okay. I need to focus on that bottom side a little more though. See, it's starting to look like a white bike. These 2 parts, these are if you're on the bike between the tank and like what's under your clip-on, that part used to be like black non-painted plastic, but I reckon might as well put it in white as well. And this thing that I showed you earlier, it was a complete nightmare. Not too bad right now, just same thing, wet my fingers with thinner and wipe all that thing down, and you can really salvage something away that way. Peeling off the tape on the wheels, and as you can see, I haven't taped all the way up to the edge like you would do with a conventional paint, simply because it's Plastidip and it peels right off. This is not tape, this is pure Plastidip, and as you can see, I can just simply pull that nicely along the edge and it peels nicely off of the sidewall. Now the only thing that allows me to do so is the fact that there's enough layers on there, on that sidewall, and that's basically what is allowing me to do so. If there was only like 1 or 2 coats on, it would be a nightmare to try to get this stuff off. As you can see, that's pretty nice. I'll need to go in there a little bit with like an X-Acto knife or something, but all in all, damn. So I was gonna do like a time lapse on the entire installation of every part, but I kind of let my my enthusiasm get the better hand of me. So I was only gonna install the wheels so that it could so I could get it off the paddock stands. But then I started thinking, you know what, the front wheel, it's actually better to first put on the front fender, to put a little fender on, and then put in that front wheel and put in the back wheel, and was like, you know what, that chain guide, I also sprayed the chain guide, you know, might as well get that installed. It's easier now that it's, you know, and then what would it look like with the front, with the nose on? So I installed the nose and the headlight and the blinkers and the mirrors and the windscreen and all that. And I'm actually thinking of installing the tank and the rear cowling as well. But yeah, you know, then again, if I do that, I might as well finish it off and put the side fairings on as well. But it's like, you know, it's getting dark outside, and I want to finish her, but you know, paint is dry to the touch, but it's so fragile still, but she looks so good. Okay, so I was peeling off this panel because it's well, quality is not what I wanted it to be, and I think it's gonna look better on the bike when it's black. Otherwise it would be too much white, but thought I'd show you how well this peels. And this has been sprayed on Friday, so it had about a day and a half worth of drying. basically peels off like a sticker or something. And it gets a little thinner on the edges here because I didn't really spray that well there. You can just rub that plane off, which is really cool. Finished product. I am astounded, especially out in the daylight. It is amazing. And given that this is actually a bad quality paint job, I've made quite a few mistakes, but I have to say, all in all, she is stunning. And even more so in this sunlight, in this gorgeous sunlight. It's just so nice. I mean, look at the shine on those rims. Ain't that grand? You know, I made some mistakes. You can still see that little line here, and if you look real close you can make out the Honda logo underneath there. But apart from that, she is stunning. Baby. Oh, and a little something, I should have turned her over to the other side. This chain guard is also in metalizer, so it's the basic same white with 2 coats of gold metalizer over it, but she just looks stunning. Here's the tank mess up I had, it's still a little dirty, excuse me, and the fairing mess up I had, and this cowling. This side is pretty much okay, but the other side, you know, it kind of looks like grandma's butt, you know, a little bit of cellulite. But apart from that, I mean, if this thing is passing by on the street and you're at like this distance, that is amazing. That is amazing, man. She does have to, like, I'm gonna leave her out here in the sun for an hour and then turn around and leave her for another hour, so that she can kind of like bake out a little bit. But I am gonna keep her off the streets for a couple days just to make sure that the paint cures and that nothing will come loose. But she's just so fucking gorgeous.
Bow to the king.